welcome once again to Snowed In, episode 12.
Brought to you by the Naruto Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comic, now in trade paperback.
Oh,
What-
good God.
What fucking world are we in anymore? God damn it.
Well, I hate
Gotta
to tell
be
you.
fucking kidding me.
I hate to tell you, that one seems pretty obvious.
Oh.
They're both ninjas.
Yeah,
Capitalism.
they're both the, like, what other famous ninjas are there?
Are we just in a world now? Okay, I know now we're in the main
Yes.
thing and I should not be
Oh.
doing this, but I don't care. We're just in a world where people just buy anything you print on it that has their favorite IP in it.
Well,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
we're in a world where one of my friends was talking to somebody, and that person tried to use Slay News as a reputable source. So
We're in a world. We're in a world where there was a #1 for TMNT, and a comic store did not tell me because it was the TMNT Naruto, and they did not want to hear the commentary.
And with that, let's recap our story. So last session, we got to see a little bit of insight, a little bit of collaborative efforts to figure out the background of each of your human characters.
Yep.
So we'll kind of move into the current day, discuss the lead up to when your characters begin to kind of intertwine with each other.
Oh, okay.
Sounds romantic.
Ooh.
We're all about romance in here.
So,
Hell
not
yeah.
that
We're
kind of
listening to that Taylor
intertwining.
Swift song.
Wood.
There'll be a lot of intertwining, you know.
Well, I gotta start my harem.
New Year's Amici, there's not going to be a lot of intertwining.
So it's gonna be laid out like paint me like one of your French girls. That's what we're doing.
Oh my God, it's so good. Like what you're-
Tell that to a Zamisi. I'm sure that turns real well.
I'm sure.
Hey, dude.
No.
All
You have
right.
a stalker to deal with, you know.
So, where did I put my?
Oh,
Did I close Joplin?
Bri. Oh my God.
Not operating at 100%. Come back, Joplin.
Oh God, I looked this up and now people are telling me about Scalies. God damn you guys.
You're welcome.
How do I stop this? This is revenge for all my weird, obscure bands.
Who's telling you about Scalies?
It just came up during the conversation, casual.
Oh yeah.
As it naturally does.
All right. So,
You know.
let's start with the person most actively involved in a day at school. Emily.
Oh yeah.
You've
This
been.
for Emily.
It's not supposed to be on loop. Emily, you've been attending for about a year now, a little over a year.
Okay, sophomore.
Yep. Well, it's been kind of interesting because there's been some difficulties that have come up in your classes. You're doing well overall in classes, but the big issue has been sort of class selection.
Ooh.
If you
Wow.
Well, all right.
As a capitalist, it is actually very dangerous for me to imply class selection.
I didn't even think on that level. I was still thinking, man, getting a law degree must be tough.
So one of the interesting parts for Emily has been there are a number of professors within the school that are very highly leaned towards certain religious ideologies. And they tend to find that Emily's willingness to cohort with people who aren't really of the same faith is being kind of problematic. And Emily has tried to bring this up within the school, but each time, they've said, well, we don't see any signs of that, blah, blah, blah. Kind of the same repeated rhetoric that doesn't lead anywhere. So she's been forced to either pull back on a number of classes or change classes or pull back on a number of classes. And this has meant that, she's been there for a little over a year. she's still not really finished her first year. She's kind of got it figured out, but every once in a while still like lands on yet another professor that is like clearly grading based on some sort of personal ideology as opposed to the actual merit of work.
And because she's with because she's hanging out with people who aren't Mormon, not even just, she is pretty devout herself. Just that's the thing that's setting them off.
Yeah, the thing is, the way that she interacts with them, they consider to be like too palish. There are some people within the school that are they're very like, it's almost cult-like. They kind of believe that like you should keep there be like a certain distance between you and other people. She thinks that a lot of them think she's in a relationship with them, which may be why they keep having this kind of attitude, like that they're dating or something like that, or that they think that she's like moving away or pretending to be. There's a lot of ways that like people can perceive this improperly. But she keeps running into, and it's not a lot of professors, it's just enough, you lose a class here, you lose a class there, you end up falling behind, you try to take a summer class, somebody is just, that ends up turning out bad. And it's not like Rate My Professor has been very effective at telling this, because not everybody, one of the things about Rate My Professor is you can't mention aspects of their personal background, and you can't claim that they're playing favoritism.
Oh.
So.
Wait, is that an actual thing, Rate My Professor?
Yes, it is.
Very useful, very useful.
It is. If you are going through college without using Rate My Professor, you are doing a bad job going through college.
Oops.
Wait, did I do a bad job in college because of that?
Charles, the internet didn't exist when you went to college. I'm sorry. Technically, I think the internet did. It was called ARPANET.
Hey, it was hard to take those classes writing cuneiform, but I got that degree.
The other part that could be a part of the problem is obviously Emily is often reading some very odd books, or has like odd books on her person. So she's not fully sure, but the key is that like every time there just seems like, it doesn't seem like it's the quality of her work that's the problem. It seems like there is something else creating the issue. But otherwise, like Emily does really well in whatever classes she's in. That doesn't seem to be the problem. She has been overall an A student. There are some rougher exceptions that require her to work a little bit harder for it, but for the most part, some of that just comes with the teacher or the class. But there is some stuff that has been going on more recently that has had Emily a little more unnerved. So one of the big things that has started happening that Emily's been a little more privy to from her youth group that she's a part of is they're talking about this new group of people, these researchers that have come into the college recently. They're a team of roughly 5 people, and they've been asking around at the various churches for all kinds of random things, various like liquids, objects, stuff like that. Emily's taken down a little bit of a list of some of these things, but what is the most unusual to her is that, like, at one point, shortly after the murder that happened in town, they asked if they asked where the body was, where it was when it originally died, and then where the body was taken to.
So noticing strange things happening in town.
Yeah, there has been some very odd stuff going on around campus related to that as well. A lot of people have made some claims to like periodic odd smells coming out of the heating system or the air conditioning. and then people swearing they see like people walking through the hall and then kind of vanishing. Like you pass by somebody and you're like, what was that person wearing? Oh wait, where'd they go?
Like, and she's just heard rumors, hasn't experienced that herself? Or?
No experience of that herself.
Okay.
What does, though, at some point come to a head for Emily is she's doing studying in the library when a very weird person just kind of wanders up to her table and takes a seat across from her. And at first, the expectation is like, okay, here we go, another person trying to hit on me. But it goes strangely. Excuse me.
Oh, yes. I'm. Yeah. Is there a problem?
You're a student
trying
here.
to look like a.
You're a student here, right?
Oh, yes, I am. I've actually been. Yeah, here. I'm actually kind of studying for something right now.
Have any of your friends gotten sick lately?
Huh. Yeah, I'm not expecting that question. I don't believe so. I don't remember any of them. Here,
What about your classmates? Have any of your classmates gotten sick recently?
In a way that I've noticed, like, I mean, I'm sure some of them might have gotten like a cold or something, but I don't really remember anyone specifically.
None of them have vomited in class?
I feel like I'd remember that, yeah, so I'd say no.
You... Okay. Do you know... You wouldn't know that. Very well. Maybe it wasn't your class. Thank you for your time.
No trouble, I say. A little confused by that interaction. You know, but I'm trying to get back to studying. You know.
Yeah, so you're just gonna go back to studying. He'll wander off. And from there, I want to jump over really quickly to... we're gonna jump over to Bryson.
I love Bryson Tiller.
So Bryson, you are going over some details that need to be brought up at the school. You have a meeting with one of the current departments. Let me double check to make sure I get the right name for this. It's a subset of the English and Philosophy department. One of them has like seriously been overextending on the budget, and the school doesn't seem to be like cutting them off. They keep asking for money, and rather than saying like no you've overspent, they keep pulling money from various like other departments that happen to have a surplus. And this is kind of a problem because like some of those other departments, the money that's given to them is specifically part of some grant that you've gotten. So like your math department is specifically funded by a program that is trying to promote certain STEM stuff. So you have a meeting with the head of the department, the English and Philosophy department.
Oh, okay. This is the one that's taking the extra money, correct?
Yeah, this is the person who keeps putting in all the requests for the extra money. They welcome you into their fairly sizable office.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm assuming this is about the money usage again.
It is.
Listen. Did we misallocate? Did I have them misallocate again from the wrong department? We can easily move the money around again if we need to.
Well, I suppose I'll start this conversation off by asking, why are you, or what's your need for constantly asking for such a surplus of funds?
We have an extracurricular school project for students which helps enrich and grow the minds of our young students.
I truly believe a robot could have said that with just more enthusiasm to make that come across as believable.
Why do we keep doing this? You know that I don't... That's not actually true the way that I would say that. You know that we are in an impasse here. I am in a position where currently, if I were to discuss this, I would be putting students at risk. But of course, you cannot accept that, because if I am clear with you, then you potentially have funding stop for our school. Why can't you just ask the church for more money instead of having to go through all these other projects? Why are we so interested in getting other minds here at our school? We could do so much better if we just focused on where we were and the people here that really mattered.
Well, I'm sure you know that we live in a very vast world filled with such diversity and so many different outlooks that I suppose wouldn't be able to be found here in such an exclusive place.
We are a college
All of the
named
minds.
for a member of our church, and we are concerned with things like diversity. Where is the equity for us?
Where is the equity for the rest of those that are also deemed as a minority?
It's not about whether or not they are minorities. They can join the religion and get just as good as an education. We were a religious institution. We should have stayed a religious institution.
Education should not be locked behind religion.
And yet, I find it hard to believe that were we not a directly minority religion, we would be having the same conversation now, would we? If we were limiting away certain types of people, we would not have this argument because they're the majority. This is really an argument about minority inclusion. But we place this guise that it has something to do with religion on top of it. These are just about diversity numbers, are they not? Isn't that really what you're here about? Improving the number of people so we can claim that we're a more awake and aware organization?
In layman's terms, yes, and possibly open up access for more grants that you, or that I, rather, cannot currently acquire for you all.
Right, so your need to continue to make money for this school through the controls created by weird and strange, hyper-wealthy people are deciding what we are able to do as an institution, a religiously founded institution. What a joke. And now I have to sit here and we have to have this back and forth discussion over and over again about why my department is using money to fund projects that are directly benefiting students here at Snow College.
is more so about the leeching off of the other programs or departments in the school and using that to fund what you are claiming it is for.
It's not my fault that the mathletics department doesn't need to have sporting gear. All right, they have plenty of money. We can't just use money that doesn't have anywhere to go. The money just sits there. We have to let it sit. Who's actually at the end of the day eating that money, huh? Is that going up into the president's pocket? Is that what's happening? Can't we just have her divert her own funding then? She's going to collect it either way. Why does this always have to come back to me? Oh, I know. Because if we do it that way, then it looks oddly suspicious, right? So we do it this way, but then I have to be the person constantly dealing with you. And then I have to try to find yet another way to make up some sort of event that's going on that says this is about a mathematical participation with the histories department. Or with the philosophy department. So I have to talk about, say, how we can use analytical math to explain ethical concepts. If I make some kind of club like that, will you get off my back here? And I'll allocate the money there.
For now.
I hate when you say for now. That means I'm going to have to see you in 3 months.
Well, don't continue to take money from where you don't need it.
What this group is doing is important. If we are successful with what their research project is doing, the school won't need funding from these other organizations anymore.
What is this research?
It is a research program which will help enrich and further the educational development of our students here at Snow College.
If you make the club, then for now, you'll be fine.
Can't wait to see what the next problem is.
I can't either.
Anything else?
No.
I have papers to grade then. Please leave me to it.
See you in 3 months.
Yeah, so give me an investigation plus intelligence, because I want to know how much he's gotten over the last couple of months of these interactions. Last year about these interactions. Okay, so what you've uncovered so far from the gradual amount of these interactions is there is some sort of research project that is going on, which is strange again because this is, a part of English and philosophy, which normally they're not really doing scientific style research, and he made it sound like it's some sort of research that will somehow financially benefit the school, which, normally that kind of research doesn't come from somebody just coming up with a better philosophy paper, unless somebody's about to have groundbreaking work in the ethics field, which hasn't happened in an incredibly, incredibly long time. And really, it wouldn't take the kind of money that's gone to it. This has money associated with it that is like on par with major scientific research grant. Like, the kind of thing where, like, if Harvard, for example, were looking into how do we find a better way to administer the flu virus that would create less negative interactions. That's the kind of money that would go this way. And only since you started working there more directly has this been more clear what's going on, because you've had to interface with this person. You've been able to kind of twist his arm into getting him to give you more and more papers that just they line up enough that they meet the requirements for your grants, but they don't line up enough in that, like, if all these organizations had to see these papers together, like, they would immediately pull their money out, because they just don't all add up to the same thing, right? So it's clear he's doctoring whatever is going on. But if he's like, with what you know, if he was like under an NDA or something like that, he would just tell you he's under an NDA. He could literally, you know, say that and that would be enough, but he's never brought up something like that. So whatever this research thing is, it sounds like it might be a little more personal. And then give me a politics plus a resolve here. Okay, very good.
Ooh.
So the other thing that you have been running into a lot of is that as you're doing these things, there are little tiny changes that keep getting written into, like, either the school's student handbook, or into, like, at board meetings they'll make these weird changes to the overall charter, and things are just like, things are getting weirder and weirder in how the structure works. Again, none of it still has caused any ruptures, but most of that is because you've been incredibly vigilant in making sure that as these changes happen, you're immediately, like, showing up. You found yourself, like, having to go to board meetings way more often than you'd want to. You're stuck reading the stupid sheets beforehand to figure out whether or not you need to attend. You're showing up at these meetings. You're having to, like, you know, speak annoyingly at these meetings and explain, like, why these things are not important. You fought at one point to get yourself put on a committee. It's just been a lot of gross, stupid work that is exactly the kind of work that was why you didn't want to come out here in the first place.
Got it.
But you've really been standing up to it. Like, it feels at times like what they want to do is get rid of you, but you also know that, like, the school would suddenly lose nearly a quarter, if not half of its funding, through either direct or indirect means because of you. And it's the indirect part that's always the hard part to kind of figure out. You know, how many people do you bring in because other people are being brought in?
This man's important. Okay, I got it.
Moving over from there, let's talk about what's going on for Nikos.
Yo.
So, Nikos, one of the interesting things that you've been assigned by Korolos is to oversee some things that are happening on the current school board. You've been very politely asked to be as kind as you can with this person who keeps pushing back against some of the work that Korolos is trying to get done in the school. There is a certain cooperation that needs to happen, and it requires certain things in the school to kind of work a certain way. And at this point, Korolos has identified a very key and important person to kind of making this all work together. But he's worried that they might be a little bit taken back if Korolos were to do it directly. So he's kind of asked if you could take some time to try to build yourself a relationship in the school enough that you can get to meeting with this person in some way. Whose mic is so loud? Somebody's mic is, like, picking up a lot of stuff where it was coming from. saying there.
Is that me?
Oh yeah, you are. Let me turn down your volume a little bit. Hold on.
No, my bad.
Sorry.
Did your microphone change, maybe?
It does sound
A
that
little
way.
bit different.
Yeah. It sounds almost like it's
It
suddenly
should,
coming from
yeah.
the machine.
Is that better? Or
I think so.
I switched it and then switched it back to my
Okay. Yeah, that does sound
my
better.
microphone. Oh, that's weird. Okay. As long as it's better.
So yeah, so you are one of the people that they ask you to meet with is actually somebody who works in the, let's see what they call it here. Yeah, in the student support services department.
Student Support Services Department. Okay.
So you set up a meeting with the individual, and let's see.
Looking for a name.
I am looking for how I can change a name, but still have it be close.
Cranko.
So you meet up with somebody by the name of Sandra Silverman.
Okay.
She is the program coordinator in the student support services department.
Is there any other additional information I might be able to find out?
Yes, that is what I'm going to get you now.
Okay. I like to come prepared.
So student support services is a subset of the school, which is basically designed to try to sort of make sure that people make it through the school program. So they might offer things like tutoring. They might give people access to things on campus, which will help connect them with like individual resources that will help them be more interested in things going on in the school. It might help them take trips to see various other universities that they can transfer to when they finish. The goal, though, is to make sure that like they keep students kind of on track and succeeding.
Okay.
They often will work in association with the Department of Student Life as well, which is basically the group that handles like clubs that exist on campus.
My goal is to just kind of get to know her and...
Yeah, your goal is to try to figure out like what the best method, like what you're trying to do is gain enough understanding about kind of where like the current sort of flow of connections are between like the best people to interact with. And this person happens to work with both a lot of teachers, a lot of students, a lot of the various administration staff. So this person is kind of like a major interconnecting point between a lot of the various pieces of the school itself. So you're kind of talking to them to try to see like how can you guys do more to help the school, and like who are the right people to kind of talk to about what Carollos can do to do more within the school.
Okay. I'll go and I don't know if I should set up an appointment beforehand or...
Yeah, you can have easily set up an
up.
appointment. You set it up, you say that like the nature of your thing is making an investment in the future of like students. Because that usually gets you a foot in the door a lot faster because they often think that it's a financial investment.
Yeah, the word investment is a nice little trick to use.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll eventually get a scheduled meeting. They meet with you. You come in. It's a very small office that they have. Yeah, but they invite you into their little office. Please take a seat. I'm happy to discuss whatever brings you in.
Oh, thank you. I sit down in whatever chair is near there.
It's a small, really uncomfortable seat. It feels like the same kind of seat that students probably have to sit in class.
So, oh, I'm sorry. My name is Nikos. Nice to meet you.
I'm Sandra. It's nice to meet you as well. Here's my card in case in case it'll make things any easier.
Oh, absolutely. I'll put it in my pocket. So, you're aware that I'm here on behalf of Korolos, and I just wanted to come here and make some connections, and we wanted to invest in the future of the bright students at Snow College.
Yeah, we're interested in what you mean by that. So, it's not an uncommon thing for me to hear political candidates that seem to have an interest in offering some sort of either financial or personal social investment here at the school. And we'd like to kind of identify which way you're leaning here. Is this more of a financial? Is this more of a social? Is this a combination thereof? What kind of is your goal here?
Do I have any authorization for any kind of leeway financially?
You have leeway to go any direction you feel like is the right direction. Korolos basically trusts you to make the right decisions in these circumstances because historically you've made a lot of very good decisions for him.
Okay, then I will... Well, I believe we would like to offer a mixture of the two. He's on his behalf to come check out the school, see what everything was going on here, the kind of programs you offer, the different extracurricular activities and such that you offer, and see where to best invest our time and finances.
Yeah, thank you. We can go over that. She'll take a little while to go over some of the various things that are going on at the school. They have a very active like clubs and orgs system, so the students have a lot of different things they can do. There's a good amount of people that are working within the school to try to make things better. But one of the things that really kind of one of the things that she says that kind of really clips across your radar is there's something about a weird extracurricular funds manager that exists that kind of provides money for clubs, but then this person also provides direct grants and scholarship opportunities indirectly for a number of students. Like they literally kind of find and make these things available for the students.
Do I have any idea who this person is? Do they have any kind of poll in the city or this town?
Yeah, give me a politics plus intelligence here. Yeah, so this is a name that you had kind of ran across in passing. This person has been showing up to a random number of the school board meetings. It happens to blip every once in a while. You'll be flipping through like news and you'll see like reports of what happened at the school, and there'll be some like this like outburst that happens where this person who came in and one of the trustees get into some sort of heated back and forth, and it manages to make a little blip in the local paper as things happen. It's giving you the feeling as you encounter it that like this person has political aspirations, but then you've never seen anything about this person doing anything politically. And with a little bit of, give me an investigation plus intelligence as well.
All right.
I guess actually investigation plus resolve.
Yeah. Oh.
this is kind of what I'd expect. So you get a little bit of information. They've maybe been here, they've been working for the school for a long time, but maybe only moved into town for some amount of time, less than that. You really started to get bored with it, though. It's one of those things that, like, you're looking through various details, and it's just like, I don't want to get like into town records of who and when moved in at what time. Yeah, it requires like putting in a lot of work to ask somebody for this file or that file or another file. You just kind of get exhausted by the prospect of it. But they haven't been here for a terribly long time, but they have worked for the school for quite a while.
They're offering grants and stuff?
Yeah, they have. So she explains they have a way of like providing these grant and scholarship opportunities that otherwise the school had kind of gated off many years ago, due to the idea that this was a school predominantly for people who were of the Latter-day Saints, and not for all students. And so they've been working with them to do this kind of campaign that disentangles them and from that and allows them to get more access to various unique grants, or the biggest thing is like scholarships from various individuals or organizations that are willing to offer money forward towards either STEM projects or other similar related kind of grant projects or scholarship projects. And some of these scholarships come with like additional money that gets paid to the institution as well as part of developing programs for those students.
Okay, so they're getting government funding by like offering different things that the school normally wouldn't offer.
They get the grant money by basically figuring out how to write their documentation to be more in line with what the government wants from their like operating their operations. And then from the scholarship thing, they've made it so it's more friendly for people to offer the scholarship options. And then they found ones that like also help fund programs separately that help support like the thing that the students are there for. So like the idea is, let's say for example, you are really into robotics and you want to see like more places have a robotics team, for example. You might offer a scholarship for somebody in robotics, but you'd also have to build a department that would do something robotics related. So you would find somebody who would run a robotics class, and also somebody who's willing to work a robotics club, because that's going to be separate from that, and that person's going to need to be willing to work off hours to do that. So you have to find some way to make it so they're compensated well enough, and the school may not want to take the risk in investing in that kind of category, because if they don't see a lot of people want to get into it, then they're not going to make something like that by themselves. But if somebody says, hey, I'll give you X $1,000, well, that will allow me to at least get an adjunct in here that we might find somebody motivated enough who'd be willing to do it, and then sit in for the club as well.
If they can implement it for free or near free, then they'd be willing to invest in it. Fair enough.
And so this person has been really instrumental in making sure that all these things align very, very well.
And what was this person's name?
Their name is Bryson. Did I get Bryson a last name? No, I did not. Give me a sec. Let me get Bryson a last name.
What happened? I zoned out for this whole thing. What just happened?
What?
I said I zoned out.
Bryson is a...
Oh, you're talking about... I thought...
I guess Nikos can't really say anything about the name Bryson, so...
One second. Let me see.
Although he already has an idea of what type of person this is based off of the logistical finanglings of all these scholars and stuff. And, he sounds like he comes from money, because the name like Bryson probably comes from good money.
That doesn't sound like
probably no.
Doesn't sound like there's any intention, any questionable opinions there at all.
I feel like that his parents probably are well off and know how to work within the law to make good money. I may be making generalizations and assumptions, but
I mean, that's what a
No.
character would do in this situation, though, potentially.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out who this person is, because that seems like a lot of. They're doing a lot for the school,
Yes.
and that seems like the kind of person that would have a lot of sway and influence. So they might be the next best place to.
I want to use one of these names, but I won't use it. One of the last names was Millhouse that was suggested.
Bryson Millhouse.
Yeah, but that sounds really bad. So we'll do Bryson Ward.
Fair enough. That sounds like a good name. I'll allow it for that character that's not mine.
That sound acceptable there, Bry?
Now hold on.
What? Do you want to be Bryson Millhouse
You
instead?
want to be Millhouse?
No.
Okay.
Nobody likes Millhouse.
But everything's coming up, Millhouse.
The other option is Bryson Bullard. You like Bullard?
How about Bryson YOLO?
No, stop that. I'd say go home, but you're already there.
I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't want you to go home because you're not telling me to do YOLO as a last name. So
Maybe more. More.
Bryson Moore. Okay, you could be Bryson Moore. You got it.
There it is.
Not to be confused with Moore Bryson. Do you want more Bryson? I don't know. I think this is
Silas does.
Yeah. So Bryson Moore is the name you're given.
Okay, Bryson Moore.
She'll explain that Bryson is very rarely around. Bryson tries to make themselves sparse as much as possible. They don't have an office here, like a formal office here. They don't allow appointments. Like, numerous times she's tried to schedule things because there have been students with problems. And it's more like you send an email that eventually gets responded to, or maybe you can fire off a text. But she was told specifically that if I give out Bryson's number one more time, he's threatened to cut funding for the Magic the Gathering Club, and those people are hard to deal with.
Understandable. I'm gonna look over her desk and see if there's anything relatable about her, or if she has a wedding ring on or something, because maybe I can charm her into sending him a text on my behalf.
Interesting.
Or giving him my
Good
number.
idea. Let's have a look here. See how much info I can get about this person. This is where all of my skills come into use. Sleuth. But I'm probably not going to find very much. So they were married a few years ago. And their father died about 6 years ago. But they really have a mostly closed off history.
Interesting. Was Sandra right?
Yes. Sandra Silverman,
Well-
not to be confused with Sarah Silverman.
Well, that's
You just
really unfortunate.
hate Cody.
That is quite unfortunate, because I was really hoping that I'd be able to get in contact with him. And I've heard that you're the person to go to for all of these kind of things, because you can get virtually anything done.
Ooh. Yeah, give me a persuasion plus manipulation here.
You know, I just want to say.
Whoa! That man got more successes than dice. Yeah, so you say that, and you get that that kind of sigh. It's so nice to be recognized by somebody for that. I don't know who told you that, but I put so much work in all the time trying to get all this stuff going, and it's just so rough. I'll tell you what, I'll reach out to him on your behalf. I'll shoot him a message. I'll tell him that there's somebody who's got big funding that they want to make available to the school, and if they'll just meet with you, then this can all be taken care of.
You know, I've heard from multiple people actually that you're the person that. You know, it's good to know that those sources are right about this sort of thing. And you know, of course, I mean, I'm sure that you work long, hard hours, and I wouldn't want to put you at any kind of imposition, of course. And I would never, of course, ask for his information myself.
It's okay. The work I do is on behalf of the students. I want to make sure that everybody at school has a good opportunity to succeed. So I'll make the contact for you.
Oh, perfect. Here I will. Do I assume I have a pen on me, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So your character
grab
would not.
I will grab my pen, and then I will find some sort of sheet of paper that looks like it would be okay for me to write on it. May I write on this?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I will leave my number.
Oh, you have
name.
a card if you want to leave a card.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
I will,
even easier. So
that makes more sense. I will give this to her, and I will put it in her hand and leave my hands there for a moment before I pull it away. And then I will be like, you know what? Feel free to call or text anytime, and I will make sure to make time for you.
Give me a persuasion plus charisma.
Oh, you're trying to get some? Okay.
You gotta get in people. Oh, where's my charisma? Oh, I saw a 0 and I was like, that was the difficulty of it. Okay.
So disappointingly for you, she is happily married. She does not decline it in that kind of mean way. She's like, oh, I'm enchanted. But thank you.
Oh, my apologies. I meant that strictly in a business sense.
Oh, sorry. You're not the first for this to happen with.
Had I known, I would have been a little more formal about it, and my apologies.
Not a problem. I appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate that there are people that still every once in a while are willing to take the first move.
Your partner is a lucky person. I hope they appreciate you the way that you deserve to be.
Thank you. I think they do.
Thank you for your time and all of your help. It's been tremendously... It's taken a lot of weight off of my chest.
With that, let us cut over to Seti. Seti, this has been a lot. We talked a little bit about the idea of you having... Need to go by to... see if I remember this correctly about our conversation, because now my brain is...
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
If we're post the ranch incident.
Yes. So this is closer to current time. So this is after you've this is a little before you've met Tony. But after you've kind of gotten a place to stay and other things established here in town. So I think we discussed the idea.
Before Tony.
Before what?
You said this is before Tony?
This is before Tony, yeah, just a little before Tony.
Okay.
Yeah. You have been what would you say Seti's plan would be to kind of start infiltrating the college, going in as a student, trying to go in as a teacher? How does Seti make himself appear in the college? You've got a couple of identities that you could use with your levels in mask.
Trying to see which one would be. I think faculty would be definitely more useful.
Okay.
So maybe since he's already kind of lined up to be part of like the kitchen staff. He might have tried to make his way through that avenue.
Okay.
Like, part of the kitchen staff at the university.
All right, so yeah, so you've got one of your masks is kind of this person who has just enough skill at getting enough stuff done in the kitchen that you're a valuable resource, but you're not, from the looks of things, you don't directly have like any sort of physical cooking skill, but you're a very professional person. You're very good at like moving and delivering food and doing the things that need to be done. So you're very good at making it seem like you're an asset at all times.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do let me have you give me a persuasion plus charisma, and let's see what kind of access you get from the position you're hired for.
Persuasion plus charisma. What is this? This is a discipline.
No discipline. Don't add any disciplines.
Oh, wait, you said charisma plus
Persuasion. So you want to click persuasion first and then add charisma.
I see. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, this is Tony. This is not.
Yeah, don't use Tony.
I was like, why do I have hunger dice? I think it's much worse at this than Tony is.
Yeah. That's intentional. Still good. So you don't exactly have yourself like the highest levels of access. But you'll occasionally like handle situations where you're like running food to teachers, right? So you're the guy who, when they need somebody who can interface with a teacher in some way, or that needs to like be backup cashier, or that needs to do like management of any of the events with students. So like sometimes the students will host an event and they'll need somebody to deliver catering and stuff like that. One way or another, you'll always be connected to food moving from one point to another. So you've like worked your way pretty quickly into this like established position. There was just a mysterious thing that caused their current person who was doing it to end up having to leave town for a little while, and they've not been back for a little bit, and they're kind of starting to question whether or not they're coming back.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
But as you've been kind of working this role, you've been getting to know a handful of the people here and the stuff that's going on. So one of the interactions you have is rather interesting. So your first interaction when you get to meet with the director of English and philosophy, the chair of the department. Where'd you come from? You're new here.
Yes, sir. I'm part of the new kitchen staff. They found what I do to be useful, and they just hired me. I can handle any of the foodstuffs in between.
Why'd they pick you?
They found me reliable, and they liked that I kept my nose to the ground and just did what was asked of me.
You don't think there was any other reason?
Not to my knowledge, sir. They seem to be more in a vacancy appeared, and they were looking more for some immediate help, and I just happened to maintain my position as the individual in question has not returned.
A vacancy appeared, and you just happened to be there at the right time.
Trying to think.
You're welcome to use any skills at this point you would like, but I'm not going to tell you which ones.
I'm pretty sure Sati would have done his research. To the very least, lie to this man and be like, well, you know, the Lord provides in many ways, so it was just his blessing that I happened to get here.
Oh, which lord?
Oh. Of course, the good Christian Lord, you know, I mean in particular.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just didn't strike me as a Christian.
Yes, it was a recent conversion, I would say, yes. You know how it is when you're, as he's kind of like gesturing to the colors of his skin. You know, I found my origins to be a little barbaric and so oppressive that really, when the Lord cast a lifeline, how could I not help it, you know?
Give me a persuasion plus manipulation here. This is a good line. Yeah, and I gave you a little bonus here, because that is basically the right line you would want to have used. Yeah, I suppose with the way that they have that tendency to disappear people from time to time, it's probably not the most comfortable belief structure to continue to uphold. So it's nice to see people willing to wake up to the travesties that happen among their people.
Yes. I guess I should have expected it. You're the philosophy head after all, so of course you would be so well read.
I've had to keep up due to a lot of my responsibilities with a number of different religious studies. I try to make sure that I am keeping properly connected to things that are going on. Seeing someone like you here is very unique. And there's been a lot of change happening here, which always makes me a little off-put when I don't get informed of anything that's being changed so abruptly. But I guess that doesn't always have to happen. I just typically expect these things to happen. But I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten a little bit too uppity in my seat. You get a feeling of power when you sit in this position that maybe is just unwarranted.
No, of course not, sir. I find it more likely that, you know, with the times and all, they're grow more and more envious that, you know, a man of the faith is sitting at your seat, you know?
That is how it feels oftentimes. This one person that keeps roaming around every few months, I have to deal with yet another meeting about funding that all we're trying to do is help better the school, and they want to take more and more of the money away to use it for all these people that want to talk about their anti-Christian beliefs.
Oh my, that sounds just terrible. Who could be this scoundrel?
You may see them around. They go by the name of Bryson. I swear if they could, they would fill the whole school with atheists.
He's one of those types. Too good for the Almighty.
It seems that way. I'd peg them for a heathen as well. One of those truly anti-God people. But I can't know that for certain. It just is the vibe they give off.
Well, you know, it's the divine instinct, you know. Be not afraid, you know.
True. Very true. Well, Seti's in this room. Can you have Seti give me a awareness plus wits?
Awareness plus wits. Awareness. Which wits do you have, young man? Oh, I guess you have a fair bit. Good heavens.
Nice roll. All right, follow it up with then an occult plus intelligence.
Oh no, Seti, are you smart?
Reasonably.
I don't know why I keep saying this. Like, I forgot how I made my character. Cult plus intelligence.
Yep. Okay. So you, as you're like in there having this little chat with him, you notice that like he's got a good sized shelf of books. You glance as you're glancing at it, you know, periodically talking. You do that thing where you like look around it and make it look like you're admiring some of the stuff.
Okay.
Your eyes catch glimpse of a book that no person should normally have on a shelf, but you can't remember what book it is. You just know, like, you've seen a lot of books that are like part of various different walks of life. This book immediately flags in your brain as like, they shouldn't have that. And you're trying to like get, periodically you'll do the thing where you like try to slide a little closer, like you're getting ready to go to the door, but like you move a little closer to the bookshelf as you're doing that. But you just can't quite get the information before he has you leave. You remember the book well enough. If something can just jog your memory the right amount, maybe you'll be able to recall it.
Okay, so he at least got a name of the book. He'll probably keep that.
It's not really a name, because these are the kind of books that like they don't have nameplates on them. They have like a design on the what do you call that? What's that part of a book?
The spine?
The spine, thank you. My brain kept wanting to say rim, and I was like, that's not what it is. So you have a good idea though of what that spine looks like, and you know that spine because it's not been used on anything else. It's the kind of like both material composition and design that's done with a very specific intention, because otherwise like it would just it's both too ornate and too unique to be used on anything else. And from there, let's jump to everyone's favorite, Billy.
Billy!
Oh my stars and garters, I'm up.
Billy, let's talk about that day you were working in the chemistry lab. You basically have been really annoyed by this chemistry lab. It is so very poorly taken care of. There are a lot of issues that happen with the burners in here. The sink has multiple times had problems. It's a real like hazard because at this rate, at some point, you feel like the school's going to run into this problem where there's no like the eye washing station doesn't quite work. At the same time, if somebody does something stupid with one of the broken burners.
This is just absolutely frustrating.
Yeah,
I have to talk to somebody in the administration, perhaps Bryson.
But you've Bryson would be less of the contact here.
I was short circuit.
What you run into though is as you've been working on this is like everything is run in this very weird way. Like there's the lines don't go the way they should to like where the central point would be. They kind of like go all over the place throughout here in these like weird zigzags, as if somebody had like built the desks built like each of the tables after they had built the previous table, or years after they built the previous one. So like they just kept expanding the room maybe. But then the pipes for the eye washing station just don't go anywhere near where the main water line is. They go like way around. And at one point you're working on this, you're like, working a couple of valves. You got to turn one thing off, turn another thing back on, and then there's like this weird clicking sound that you hear, coming from up by like the front display. That shouldn't have happened. There's nothing that runs up by there. You make your way over to it, and while you're up by it, can I get you to give me an awareness plus resolve?
Yes, you can. Why did I close that window? Damn.
I'm one of the types of people that frequently closes a tab when I go to move to another one, and then realize I've done it, and I'm like, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
I leave all mines open, so that way I can just go back.
Yeah, but then also you have 100 million tabs open at all times.
Yes, that makes it that makes finding things a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. So what am I rolling?
You are rolling me an awareness plus resolve. Little resolve is what you need
make
now.
Us roll eventually.
That's good. That's what you need. You need the resolve. Whoa, that's way better than I was intending for. All right then. Give me a craft plus composure.
This is the one I'm gonna blow.
Probably. So this will give me some insight into what happens here. No, that's really good still. So yeah, so Billy is like looking around for where that mechanism had what had clicked up here. And he takes a little bit to go back and forth and keep trying to he like goes back through the steps to figure out how he could do it so he could hear the click again. This becomes one of those things where like Billy needs to know if this is what is going on here, because if there's some kind of problem where like the water main runs up by the screen, or if they've got like the gas running up there for some reason, he needs to be able to make sure that's resolved properly. They'll need to get a whole team in here. And what Billy finds is even more strange. When you move, there is a small like electrical line, not an electrical cable, that is run from one of the valves around, and it basically works kind of like a switch. When you turn the valve a certain amount, it flips the switch. It basically creates a connection between this line, which then keys the screen to not be able to be turned on. But if you hit the button on the screen, then the computer also suddenly shuts off permanently. It's like it like not only powers off, but it does like the cutting the power off to the computer. Yeah. If you walk over to the computer and you're screwing around with it, you notice if you turn the power back on, you hear the TV switch, the screen switch again as well. So you go back and you push the screen again. You push instead this time you thinking like, well, if this isn't working, but it does something to this. If I push this, all of a sudden the screen kind of lowers down a bit, and you notice there is like a like behind the, or no, not lowers down. It's not the right word. Visualize better. The screen kind of like slides off to the side. The like mounts that it has, it moves off to the side, and behind it there's a door. It's not as clear that it's a door until you can kind of see the handle, but it explains why like the brickwork towards the bottom lines up a little bit differently than the rest of it. This is probably not real brick. This is probably made to look like brick where this door is. And do you think Billy, being Billy, opens the door and just decides to see what's behind it? Or do you think Billy decides that he shouldn't look any further into this and leave?
Oh, no, he's got to look there. Come on.
Yeah, so Billy opens up the door. It's unlocked. And there's a set of stairs that just lead downward.
Wonder where these stairs are. I should walk down.
Billy starts making his way downstairs. And here, I want you to give me a resolve plus composure. Because as Billy is coming down here, you can hear some weird chanting. And there's these very strange smells coming through the hallway. Whoa! Hot damn, Billy!
Gosh, what do you think is happening over there?
Billy makes his way down the hall for quite a ways, and it really, it's a really long corridor. You reach a point where, though, it starts to split off. So there's a couple of different directions that Billy could go. Does Billy want to go left, forward, or right?
Ooh. I'm gonna go left.
Okay. Billy goes left, and once again, Billy's gonna need to give me a composure plus resolve to see what happens at the next point of this path. Oh no. Give Billy 2 points of willpower damage.
No. I'm shaking. Okay.
So Billy is making his way down the hallway. When he hears something utter, "Hey, is someone there?" Billy kind of panics and beats a retreat back down the hallway. Billy can continue on if he wants. He's only taken a little bit of willpower damage. But remember, if you take all your willpower damage, you something bad happens.
No, I'm gonna head back.
Okay.
Up.
Yeah, you struggle for a little bit to figure out how to close this, but you manage to get it closed. And you probably have to get somebody else in to work on the problem that you're having here. So you decide to just kind of let it go, and later on you'll come back and talk to them about the work that you've done. But the most important thing is that you feel like right now you need to go find your good buddy Charlie and see if he can help you with this, because you don't want to get in any trouble.
Yeah, Billy, I bet you Charlie would know what to do in a time like this. He seems like a real smart guy. He reads that guy with the really long books. Charles Pickett.
All right, so from here, let's go. We're going to jump back to your vampire selves again. You all have had a meeting to discuss what to do. I think, right? We talked about you guys having a meeting to discuss what to do about the need to figure out what's going on with this new development. Did we talk about that? I forget.
We did.
Not sure.
Yeah, pretty sure we did.
Okay.
Because I think what started off was the intro to Billy being like, I found this tunnel underneath.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That is right. So after some time and figuring out kind of your primary people, the five of you can get back together again to discuss how you're going to connect all these people together. Each of you can know the information you've been given from each that you just learned about your characters. So you can feed that into the conversation. Specifically, though, for Donovan, you would have gotten the information not only about
I don't know why she's being so vocal right now.
About right.
I get
So you would not only know the information about what Nikos had learned, but you're also another means of contact for Bryson indirectly. So you know some stuff about Bryson. But yeah, the 5 of you can talk through what your plan is for how to connect them and what you want them to do.
Did anybody hear a dog?
There's a lot of dogs outside of this apartment complex.
Yeah.
So has anybody found anything useful yet?
Well, yeah, Billy actually found a whole other subterranean lair underneath the fucking school.
How many of those? How many are under there?
You're
I don't
talking
know,
about,
but, you know,
Billy, right?
pretty good at this shit. So, you know, if there's a subterranean lair anywhere, my money's on Billy finding it.
Billy, the Hardy Boy, Billy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call him that, Hardy Billy.
Well, you know that guy is very resourceful, and knowing him, he definitely made a note about it in his journal or something.
I would imagine he probably went down there as well.
Oh, good. That's what we need. Him making notes about it in his journal.
Yeah.
Just.
So he's, you know, delightful young man, but, you know, it's amazing how he doesn't get himself killed.
It truly is.
So who wants to try some ranch infused vodka?
You actually got that?
Absolutely
You actually got that done? That sounds delicious.
Did I get it done, Steve, or no?
You have a few samples of what it could be like.
Absolutely the fuck not.
Disgusting.
I have no desire to try that. That sounds disgusting, and it might make me actually vomit just thinking about it.
You also sent
So
an email
double?
out to PepsiCo because you had an additional idea about it also being Cool Ranch flavored vodka because
Oh
you
my
heard
God.
they've been adding Flamin' Hot to random things.
Ew.
Oh my God.
They have been doing that, so it's real.
Oh my God. You know, we could, if it was the future, we could tie in with Hot Ones
There you go.
and do the Bomb Beyond Insanity vodka.
Oh my God. This is a lawless land we live in.
This is awful.
Late stage capitalism is not about new ideas.
These are new ideas. Infuse Cool Ranch flavoring into everything.
Oh, that sounds.
No ideas people should have.
odd.
I want my Cool Ranch pizza. I want my Cool Ranch bagel.
Oh. Oh.
Hi.
Cool Ranch ham and
a-
cheese sandwich.
Oh my
It's
god.
an affront against God.
So I'm
Cool
gonna hand
Ranch is my god.
I'm gonna hand Tony like the shot that I
Tony.
know is the worst.
That's Tony
figuring
right there.
he's a big ranch head. If
Tony.
it's bad,
Tony
Right,
is slamming it back, no hesitation.
Oh.
For Tony,
So, yeah,
for Tony, this is pretty good. This would go good with like hot wings.
oh,
Oh yeah, you got some here, Charlie. You give me some wings, maybe pizza. I could knock back 5 of these.
You're
what
fucking
year are we in
disgusting.
again, Steve?
It's modern day. It's right now.
Oh yeah. So yeah, well, you know, people for some godforsaken reason really love hot wings.
Well, you know they're fantastic, and they go great with ranch, so I can see why.
This conversation
Did he get
is
another
disgusting.
stain on his shirt doing this? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got like the like wet spot that's happening, you know, as he's drinking it, like bits dribble down a little bit.
He's gonna like wipe his chin, but like miss, so it's still there.
Oh, so grody. And Charlie, who's been a bartender at some of the worst dives, you know, the Milwaukee area, is like, man, this is like Green Bay.
This guy would be a regular.
Stain.
The nice part about the vodka is it should dry out, right? It's just like right now that blotchy spot on his chest.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we're trying to get out of character. We're trying to get our 5 people.
Yeah, your
together,
5
right?
human people together.
Yes.
You need a reason to bring them all together.
Well, I do know a student at the school who owes me a favor and may have a magical power, so he might be of use there.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
Magic
Mike,
power?
Didn't I tell you about that? Well, apparently wizards exist, and she might be one. So,
Okay. Yeah, we got. Yeah, wizard. Okay.
We're just now finding out about this. That's
Wizard. Okay.
hey, if I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it either.
I guess I shouldn't be too shocked considering, well, everything.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, at this point we would go, wizards, huh? Good for them.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Blessed. Be
Well,
blessed.
it's the wizard. I'm really struggling to try to do this. But what did everybody else find out? Charlie said desperately trying to figure out how to do all this.
That's such. I'm kind of. I'm slow, so I'm trying.
Just say, yeah, you know me. Personally, I got a guy on the inside now. You know, he's running around a staff. He's gonna be maybe make an excuse to deliver lunches to people, you know, or something like that.
He might be
Would
good to
you-
keep a watch on our man Billy before he opens up like a catacomb and frees like godforsaken monsters.
You never
Awaken
know
the
what-
next
Not
antediluvian.
Yeah. Billy will release an antediluvian who will totally miss Billy and kill everybody else. Gosh, look what
Bill will
happened.
be the only human left alive.
as a show of mercy for your hard work, servant.
It won't even be a show of mercy. It'll just be like they don't notice Billy because Billy's so insignificant.
He'll be bending down to tie his shoe or something, and it'll come out and go over his head.
Yup.
The antediluvian is so excited to be free it doesn't even realize Billy is there.
It awakens. After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Billy completely oblivious. What a breeze that was.
Better write this
So-
down in my notes.
Yeah, exactly. So who else
Oh.
has contacts at the school?
Before the whole wizard thing, I was going to mention that Nikos had met with one of the staff and found out there's a contact there that could be reached potentially, named Bryson Ward, I believe is his last name.
Yeah, I heard that name too from my contact.
Dallas Bryce
Hmm.
Howard?
He seems to be having his fingers in a lot of pies. He's got a lot of scholarships and things of that nature going on, and there's a lot of that kind of underwriting and so on. So he knows his way around.
Just
Uh,
he sounds great. I didn't think that was a
Well.
real name.
Hard
I
to
think
find,
after hearing
though.
2 people say that Bryson's their contact, so I was just gonna be like, "Oh, my contact is Bryson." And it just-
Your
it's funny
contact
after
is-
that.
Your contact is this mystical Bryson person?
Yes.
He doesn't have superpowers, too, does he?
No, he just
Okay.
is a crucial role in the school's funding. Or has a crucial role, rather.
You
Well,
still
that-
look around?
Do you think Bryson would like to know there's a vast catacomb layer underneath the school?
I don't think he would find purpose for that information.
Is that like a cataclysm or catacombs club or
A
something?
random catacomb. Oh my god.
So, what we can do here, real quick, since you're not sure about Bryson, or you're not sure what Bryson would think, is let's put some pieces together about Bryson's character sheet and what Bryson has learned. So Bryson knows there's some sort of secret thing going on that's being hidden from him by the director
the
of a
English.
department, right?
Philosophy.
You built Bryson to have a very investigative mind with a decent amount of awareness and a reasonable level of resolve and composure. I think Bryson wouldn't have just a little bit of interest when told, like, hey, in a place where science-y stuff happens, there's a secret tunnel that might lead to the answer you're looking for.
Ooh. Wow.
Do you think Bryson
not
would
that
not have
interested.
interest, or maybe that Bryson would at least have his interest a little bit piqued?
Little bit peaked.
It would be a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know. He's actually the type to really mind his business and not really meddle in the affairs of others.
I was also thinking that. Like,
Well, Bryson is not the type, though. Literally, Bryson has gone out of his way to interact with Silas, and has gone above and beyond to interact with Silas. Bryson literally directly confronted the director of a department and said, hey, what are you doing with this money? Find the right way to use it, or we're going to have a problem here.
yeah.
Bryson owns a van and drives around with Great Dane, solving this.
So yeah, his interest would be piqued. For sure.
You're a wizard kid. Did they go to the college?
Yes. She goes. Like I said, she's a student at the college. And
Do you think the college is training wizards?
I don't think so. At least if they are, they're not doing it out in the open. Like she wants to keep that a secret. I know, but I still don't even fully know the exact nature of her magics. But just that, it was just a chance that I found out that they exist.
Well, I know Nikos will be excited to find out about this secret catacomb under the college. That seems like a good thing to know.
I mean, it seems like we got some underlying throw we can all go through here with. We got a Bryson, we got some staff to accompany the Bryson, we got the students, we got whatever Nikos does, and Billy, I'm sure, will by some miracle find his way in there.
Yes.
Is there anything we want to do to help them? Like, I don't know. Do we give them like armor or something? I
gun?
don't know.
Oh,
I mean, a gun. They'll probably need that. I don't know if Billy can even use a gun, but
I mean, I feel like I don't have to worry about Billy shooting himself, but he probably would shoot one of them by accident.
And score a critical hit.
good golly, this thing's powerful.
The legend of Billy goes.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some financials that I could potentially use to help get some stuff for them. Do we need anything specific?
No.
Are they going to investigate?
Is there a way we could arrange for all of them to meet in the lab?
I don't see
Sure,
why
there
not.
is.
Well, I know that Nikos knows where the lab is at.
Just seems like maybe from the sounds of it,
Well,
we could do a nice little upper ladder. The student finds something, she tells the janitor, he tells a trusted faculty member, Bryson, and then all of a sudden, Bryson's getting lunch from someone. Little weaving we can do here.
well, I do happen to
Am
know
I a
that.
janitor? I think Billy's a hand. I think Billy's like a repair guy.
He's like a repair guy, yeah.
Repair man. Well, I know that Nikos happens to have a particular set of keys that allow him into the building.
Keys.
Why did he just have that?
Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? Don't worry about it.
Ah,
Look, we may or may not have went into the school, and we may have done
Oh,
drugs.
Well,
You went to the.
And
you paused out when you said may or may not have went to the school.
may or may not have indulged in certain vices, and
chocolate?
well, it was all in the efforts to get him and Corollos on my side, so he owes me one.
So you was doing drugs in the school that get political favor, huh?
Well, in fairness, I didn't really do much because he took it from me and did most of them himself.
So you
So,
got played, huh? Okay.
well, it was all worth it for him to have to owe me a favor. So.
Yeah.
Better bet, anyways.
I had a buddy in Milwaukee, Ryan. Get his last name though, man. He would always on all his brothers. And then just eat baconator.
Oh, God.
oh my god.
So,
I'm really struggling to how to find it. Like, I don't like these guys together in my brain.
No,
It's
I think you've kind of set it up well enough. So you have Emily say that she has a problem. You have Billy, who happens to be nearby when the problem is found out about. Billy says, "Don't worry, I'll have somebody look into it." Billy probably comes to you first, Charlie, because Billy comes to you with everything that seems weird.
I'm popular in that regard. Yeah.
So then from there, you guys you can let Bryson know that there's some kind of odd thing going on there that might need to be looked into, because this could be a financial liability problem.
Ooh, that's very
And
good.
you have Nikos claim that he is interested in in financing something related to chemistry. So maybe Nikos is brought along with Bryson in order to kind of follow up on it. They want Emily to be there because Emily, they need to ask Emily about what happened. And Billy's there because he's Billy. And Seti can just happen to drop by because he was in the area and is just curious about what's going on. But don't worry, I got lunch.
Is that everybody and Billy's just gonna be there. It's gonna be like, yeah, and Billy will be there.
Yeah.
No, Billy's gonna be there because if there's something that needs to be fixed, Billy needs to fix it. I think the hardest one to tie in here is Seti, but Seti can just happen to be in the area as a member of staff and be like, hey, what's going on here? Let me just keep an eye on you guys so I know nothing goes wrong.
So Nikos and Bryson. Can't believe I'm struggling to remember that name. Could be like touring the chemistry lab.
No, so like Billy tells them that Billy tells you, Charlie, that there's a problem in the chemistry lab. So then you are quote unquote relaying it to. You're like, hey, don't worry, I know somebody like higher up that works at the school that this would be the perfect thing for. And so you would basically be telling Bryson, who's a person who connects funding to different departments for getting things done, and Nikos, who's somebody who has funding that would want to get something done, to both go to the school at a certain time and meet with Emily so she can show them what happened, and bring Billy along just in case something breaks and they need to fix it. And then Seti happens to walk by as things are happening, and he's like, hey, I don't know what's up, but I should probably just hang out here because none of you actually officially works for the school. Bryson is kind of an outsourced contractor. Nikos is a government official. Emily is a student. And Billy is like also kind of a contracted worker. So Seti's basically the official here that's keeping an eye on things. But you're able to get in during the evening hours because you have Nikos's key that gets you into the building. Or you go the other way and have Seti be the reason you're able to get in. You guys set up with Seti that's the person who's going to let you into the building in the evening. But Seti doesn't have the keys, so that's where the problem lies.
And that's where your Nikos could come in and do stuff too.
Yeah. But I think
and then they're going to go down.
Go ahead. And
investigate the catacombs.
I mean, theoretically, at that point, maybe one of you is also there to encourage them to do it, or stops by in order to encourage them to do that. You just know, Donovan, that whatever is down there potentially if it potentially has any sort of religious ability like you encountered the last time, one of you could die or all of you could die, and you'd rather not have to watch like what happened to the last guy.
Yeah. So would it be a bad idea to let Nikos in on some of this information?
That is up to you as to how much you want to share with him.
Give Nikos a gun. Let's see.
Give him a gun and some coke, and he'll be all right.
Fuck yeah!
Nothing's ever gone wrong giving somebody coke and a gun.
Only good stuff. Yeah.
Except for they made a TV show about it in the 80s.
MacGyver?
No, because he didn't like guns.
Oh, loved coke though, right?
I didn't watch MacGyver, but I don't think so.
I don't know, maybe off screen.
Maybe he had some cold-brained ideas,
He definitely did.
So should we give them some information?
So it's that's going to be up to you. Oh, you're talking to the
party.
Yeah. Sorry, you're talking to the party.
Should we give them some kind of information to set all this in motion, or do we just want to hope that they find each other?
No, I think we should prod them along. I mean, Billy will just end up where he needs to be. I'm not worried about him, but the rest are disparate elements, except for the one that works there, whose name I can't pronounce.
Seti.
Seti.
Oh, Seti. Right. CTE. Yeah, well, we'll have Billy be on a need-to-know basis, I think is the best way to
Billy, yeah, because we don't want anything journaled.
Yeah, absolutely
Put
not.
it in his notes. I am working for vampires.
Check it out, dudes. I drew a picture.
I also have, I don't know if this is definitive or not, but I have reason to believe that Nikos and probably Kavalos are into some weird shit along the lines of this based on some of the stuff I've seen in his office. Nikos' office, actually. I don't know what that book was, but no, he had some sort of strange book that he told me that I would find out what it means sometime soon. So, I don't know what that is.
This popped into my head, and I want to ask Steve's permission. Billy's favorite band is Skillet.
Sure.
Oh,
of
course it is.
That would be about right, actually.
Yeah,
it would.
That would be about right.
Jamiroquai is far better.
What were you saying, Steve?
No, that would be about right.
Yeah.
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 I had a friend who really liked Skillet.
I had a therapist hand me a skillet CD.
Oh.
I feel like that's like breach of relationship.
You might like this.
She gave me a ride home at one point in time. We were not, you know what I mean? It's the one that I met in the Panera Bread for like months.
And they were a therapist.
100%.
What better therapy
Therapist
than
gotta
going to Panera?
I ate an entire 2-foot long baguette. I was proud of myself.
Panera is the perfect place to think about how depressing your life is and reflect on it.
They still got those caffeine-filled lemonades.
Oh God!
I don't
went
think they
back
do
and
anymore,
went
but-
anywhere. What the fuck kind of world is this?
Oh yeah. Speaking of that book, Cody's gonna, I guess, recall the book that Sati saw on the.
Yeah, the book is different than the one that that Nikos had.
Okay.
But if I can get a, let's see here. Can you have how would I do this?
It's the Unspressalichen de Colton.
Can you have Emily give me an awareness plus? Oh no, I'm sorry. You have Emily give me an occult plus intelligence.
Okay, occult. And
No, I'm sorry, not Emily, Lena. Lena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I screwed up there.
Okay.
So what happens when you're trying to manage the fact that players are playing two people?
Yeah.
I get the bipolar disorder.
I didn't even question it. I just assumed. Oh, are we saying that she may have noticed the book?
No,
Just-
she was not in that room.
The bipolar disorder, you say? I've got drugs for
Okay,
that.
3 successes, both times.
All right, so 3 successes is enough to kind of place the style of the
That's a high
book.
roll.
And this is the kind of book that pertains to like stuff in the realm of how do I put this? In the realm of the stuff that you're learning about, like that you guys as vampires are learning about.
Oh.
Is it a grimoire?
That's not sure. The full category isn't. It has something to do with something related to undead. So it could be a grimoire, but not necessarily not 100% certain.
Okay.
Maybe we go with the night plan, and then I could have say to you, visit the office, make a book go missing. Over there,
You could try that.
Not a bad idea.
I like,
Yeah.
I like the way you said that.
I'm down
I mean,
to
it might
run.
be a terrible idea.
I'm down to run that encounter if you want.
Well,
Go for
maybe
it,
we
man.
don't
Go
have
for
him
it.
take it, but maybe we, if he can get in there, find out what it is.
I'm
I don't like the way your face.
my job as a GM is to take the things that you want to do and then execute them. I find
And
that it would
prevent you
be
from doing that.
interesting no matter what. If I thought there was some major risk to your life, I would probably actively say at least, hey, this could be risky.
He's not me, where if there was a major risk to your life, I would do everything I could to get you guys to do it.
Yes, but you love running Call of Cthulhu, so not so much as Malinowski, but
No, not so much with you.
that man really wants to kill people.
He wants to best us all intellectually.
Yeah. So yes, I am down for you wanting to try. But I will also say everything that I can that way, because if something does happen, something happens. If something doesn't happen, well then I've made it fun for you to be nervous the whole time.
put that one on the docket. You know, we got a main plan here.
Okay.
Perhaps
Like it.
that.
All right. So I think we have a plan. I would like to make sure that for the next session, I have a good idea of what the under area of this looks like. So I can properly run you through this dungeon style. Your vampire characters are able to be available as a standby for the regular player characters. There just needs to be some amount of, like, the human characters interacting with any encounter that happens first, and then deciding whether or not you want to bring in the vampires. So you would, like, have some sort of signal that is like, okay, we'll call for aid. Or maybe you can give them some sort of radio communication, like a walkie-talkie or something like that, that would allow them to reach out to you while you're doing this whole thing. But the idea here that I want to reinforce to both the human characters and the vampire characters is there is room here for someone to die.
There's room for what?
Someone to die. So what I would urge you is to just not be stupid. And you should survive, hopefully. Because I can't control what dice decide, right? That's outside of my window. If the dice just say, like, get fucked, then that's what happens.
I wanna really would be mired in this stupidity. I think. What if I want to do that? I want to pull down the mysterious lever and set us all ablaze.
Yeah. That would be like they're clearly doing something that is really bad. Like one of them is wearing a flamethrower and firing it at you, and you're like, I'm gonna walk up in front of them and act as a human shield. It's like, all right, cool.
You.
Nobody was being burned by it, but I'm glad you decided to sacrifice.
You're safe.
I mean,
now, Steve.
and we did establish that her magic has some kind of fire-based ability, so maybe my character could probably be just us do that and just stop the fires.
You are aware of how how mages work with regard to paradox, right?
Yeah, I know about paradox, but you also, but I was kind of also thinking maybe that you also did say that this area might be more lenient if you kind of was doing it in a more religious style, you know, like
yes, it is possible, but bear in mind, paradox still sometimes doesn't care if you do something profound enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think it should do it like just to do it, but you feel like if there was no other option, you might try it.
That's a different story, but that comes down to
What are they gonna do?
what I'm saying is stupidly, right? So stupidly would be Emily goes in and you're like, I want Emily to fireball all the enemies down here. And Emily throws a fireball, and instead, like, everybody just gets immolated down here, and it's all excused as being some sort of weird chemistry accident that happened. They came down here to practice some sort of, like, chemistry because they thought it would be cool. This used to be some sort of abandoned, like, catacombs or whatever of some grave site, and ended up, like, mixing compounds together, and all these people died as a result.
You said they were going down there to do chemistry?
Chemistry.
Oh, okay.
They're going down there to pray.
So, I know that's an example, but if Emily is down there lobbing fireballs, we got some problems there. Yeah.
Yeah, she won't be doing that, but that is a funny thing to think about. Like, I kind of still feel like she'll try and keep it a secret as much as she did, but, like I said, it's probably would only ever try something like that if desperate times call for desperate measures, So,
what I would
let's face it,
what I would like from everybody for this week, for next week, is to think about any gear you want to give your human companions. Think about any gear you want to get for yourselves. And let me know either during the week or at the start of next session what gear you're getting. Because, heads up, I am a GM that doesn't let you takesies backsies on stuff that you need or want. Don't go overboard. You don't have an infinite budget, but stuff within reason. You have enough people have access to resources or finances to get you the stuff that you need.
Gonna want rope. Definitely want rope.
You're not going down there with a rocket launcher.
What about a Mercedes
What
Benz?
did
Can I
you
get that?
buy?
Yeah, you're gonna drive that right down into the catacombs.
I need some fresh Jordans for the
You got it.
sneaking.
You got it. You got fresh Jordans of sneak. I don't think that's how Jordans work, but okay.
It'd be more like the French Jordans of squeak.
Yep.
That way I could cross over my opponents when they try to attack me.
We can get like some.
Gotta get a new fit with some like bulletproof.
We could
fabric
get
or
like
something.
some, serious walkie-talkies for about $500.
Yeah.
Like with earpieces.
Two-way radios.
Yeah, with earpieces and everything.
Yeah.
Things that will not allow other people that are nearby to hear us if we're talking to
You
one
don't want a
another.
walkie-talkie that just like announces all the things publicly?
It just,
No, not particularly.
it'll just echo throughout the catacomb. Where are you? Are you?
Some CIA level shit.
Damn, they're on to me. That was the way I was hoping they'd triggered off the first way. Give you all a walkie-talkie. You're like, hey, we found something interesting. Interesting.
No, I'm actually looking at like earpieces right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely smuggle it to a CT a knife,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a knife.
a little bit of. I don't know if Kevlar is even an option for him,
But yeah, so basically here, it's important to keep in mind that you have access to characters that have a decent amount of funding. So
Okay.
within reason is the key. But I am going to at least wrap up the stream. So good night to the stream. Thanks for watching.
Good night.
but
Okay.